Peace and light, that old guy Australia. Like, share, subscribe, Instagram and YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. I'm about to hit a number of followers that I never ever thought, well, I never gave any thought to be honest, and I'm pretty humbled by it all, and I just want to thank you all for your support. You know, I try to write back to you as much as I can, and rather than cut and paste some kind of generic message which has very little meaning, I try to write back to you personally, and it's very, very hard because, you know, you wake up and there's 30 to 80 messages. It's very, very difficult. But nonetheless, keep writing. I thank you very much. Try and keep your comments or ideas or whatever you might want to do just in a conversation below each post, and I'm happy with that. Coming to you from the gorgeous south coast, New South Wales. I thought the big news of the week was going to be the head of the world head of marketing for Pfizer was in the European court, and she was grilled over the efficacy and the testing of their jibby-jabby, and admitted under oath that they'd done no testing. Now, the head of Pfizer, the CEO, was then asked to come to the court to answer some questions, and he's refused. No way, he will not step foot in the court, because if he did, he'd have to lie, and he'd have to lie under oath, and he'd get caught out. And he knows that, so he's refused to go there. Instead, he's doing the speaking circuit in the US, where the media-friendly Whore TV, which is owned by BlackRock Vanguard, 95% of the world media is owned by them, and they also own all the pharmaceutical companies. Don't believe me? Go to Yahoo Finance, look it up, go over, scroll across, and then look under holders, and look who the major shareholders of those companies are. And you know who controls them all. I don't care whether you think... most people think that Microsoft is owned by Bill Gates. That shows you how silly some people can be. He's just a front man. Anyway, don't believe me? Go to Yahoo Finance, look it up. Now, it's interesting that when the CEO, the head of Pfizer, decided to do his little speaking tour around America, he spent all his time answering very friendly questions, which were already, nominated prior to him getting on TV, and was able to explain away what she said, and I'm sure she'll get the sack pretty soon. I'm sure she's probably gone by now. Either way, he was able to explain it away and disparage what she said, despite the fact that she spoke truth. And he knows it, but, he's just a liar. So, and he's shitting his pants. So I thought that would have been a big news, but because the media doesn't want to talk about that, they don't want to know about it. No, just, that's against their bosses, so they're not going to do that. So then I thought, well, what else is big news this week? Well, of course, we got the SES in Victoria who are refusing to allow anybody to volunteer and help out with all these people stranded unless they can prove they've had 3 cupcakes. You've got to be shitting me. That just shows you what happens when you put these left-wing people, and particularly older people, in charge of these organisations. They are ludicrously idiotic. So, 3 cupcakes, prove it. You're not allowed to help these victims of the floods. So, I thought that was pretty big news. So then we had a situation where, as I said in my previous video, Brad Hazzard was given powers to regulate the alternative health industry. That includes naturopaths, chiropractors, Reiki practitioners, iridologists, acupuncturists, health food stores, you name it. All those who have been flat out helping people get the poison out of their system. Oh, we better regulate them all. Regulate. It's another word for ban. And they'll bring this kind of crap about. Thought that was pretty big news too. I thought it was big news in WA with Mark McGowan, the Premier there, who passed legislation secretly in the wee hours of the morning in Parliament that allowed his officers, which were unnamed, to enter people's premises without documentation, without warrants. I mean, really? Yeah, if it's under public health orders. They can do whatever they want. Sounds very, very similar to the brown shirts and Nazi Germany. Sounds very similar to that. But no, the big news that the media isn't focusing on, and has mentioned but isn't really focusing on, is the private laboratory on a university campus in America that for the last couple of years have been working on a strain of the bug that has taken its kill rate from 0.3% to 80%. Yeah. What's that? You didn't hear me. They've been working on a version of the bug that takes its kill rate from 0.3%, because it had 99.7% recovery rate, to 80% effective in killing. Now, the questions that come out of this are endless. Who paid for it? Who signed off on it and told them they could do it? I thought gain-of-function research was banned in the US. That's why Fauci took it all to Wuhan. What are they going to do with it? Why have they done it? What is the sole purpose of doing this? We'll have to have another... Maybe that one will escape from the laboratory, or maybe someone will go and eat it. Oh, it's America. Maybe man eat hot dog, world shuts down. We don't know where they're going with this stuff. But we know it's not for humanity's good. And we know that there's an agenda behind it. If you aren't aware right now, if you're just sitting there thinking the world's just revolving around, or whatever it's doing, underneath the dome, and you think that there's no issues here, it's just, floundering along, and you aren't aware that this is the biggest fight of good versus evil in the history of mankind, then you're not taking notice. But I'm telling you now, you will sit up and take notice one day. Maybe not tomorrow, but it will come to you, where you'll be forced into the option of support or fight. You will have no other option. But you will realise what's going on. So one thing they never counted on was resistance. It's in all the Hollywood movies. And always a smaller number overcomes. This is no different. Because in the end, we win this thing. It's just a hell of a battle to get there. And a long way to go. Entree's been served, as I say, and main is about to come. And you can feel the wind on the back of your neck, right on the edge of the eye of the storm. Don't think for 1 second that this is just floundering governmental idiocy. This is a very, very well-planned agenda. Decades in the making, with a sole purpose and agenda. And part of that purpose and agenda is that you're not around to see the rest of it. Believe what you want. You think I sound like a raving right-wing tinfoil hat wearer? Good for you. Happy days. If you knew half the information I have, you would have to at least take a look at things and go, wow, that does not make a lot of sense. But to do that, you'd have to challenge yourself. And that's where people stop. It's like picking up dog poo. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. If it challenges their entire existence and what they think about is reality, they don't want to do it. They just, please, just let me go to bed and get up and feed my kids and live my life. I don't want to know anymore. I can't deal with it anymore. That's it. That's it. Well, you will be forced to look outside your comfort zone. You will be forced to make a decision either way. If you're still around to make that decision and you haven't taken the kill shot, you will be forced to look at things in a whole different way. Get on the side of good. Get on the side of good. Join us. Join us. Because in the end, we're going to win this thing. And we want you with us. Peace and light, that old guy Australia. Like, share, subscribe. And we'll see you soon.